Before you sign up for that beginner-friendly credit card, ask yourself this: are you choosing the card, or is the card choosing you? Because banks love when you fall for flashy bonuses and no-fee offers, but those very same cards often cost beginners hundreds or even thousands of dollars in missed rewards and hidden fees. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through a proven 5-step method to find the right card for your specific lifestyle. Plus, I'll show you the 3 biggest traps that first-time cardholders fall into and how to avoid them like that. But before you start scanning offers or chasing perks, it's important to ground yourself in the basics. A lot of first-time cardholders run into trouble not because they picked the wrong card, but because they misunderstood what they were actually signing up for. So let's start by getting crystal clear on the foundation. The first step in finding your perfect credit card is understanding what a credit card actually is. A credit card is not free money, it's a tool. And when used correctly, it's an incredibly powerful tool that can build your credit score, earn rewards on money you're already spending, protect you from fraud, and even fund free flights and hotel stays. But used incorrectly, it quickly becomes a debt trap with 20 to 30% interest rates that can haunt you for years. So before choosing any card, you need to make sure that you're ready to use credit responsibly. That means you're committed to paying off your full balance every single month and never spending more than you already have in your bank account. This is a non-negotiable because the moment you start carrying a balance, the interest you'll pay will completely wipe out any rewards you might earn. So if you can honestly commit to those 2 principles, you're ready to move forward. But if not, hold off until you're confident in your ability to use credit as a tool rather than as a temporary loan. The rewards will still be there when you're ready. But now that we've laid the foundation, let's move on to the second step in our process, which is figuring out what you actually want from your credit card. Because this is where most beginners go wrong. Most people jump into credit cards just wanting points or cash back, but that's far too vague to lead to a good decision. Instead, you need to go deeper and figure out what you're actually trying to accomplish. First, do you want travel rewards or cashback? This is a fundamental distinction that will dramatically narrow down your options. If you dream about flying business class to Europe, staying in luxury hotels, or getting access to exclusive airport lounges, then you're definitely in the travel rewards category. These cards might have higher annual fees, but they offer points that can be transferred to a bunch of different airline and hotel partners. But if you simply want to save money on your everyday purchases like gas and groceries, then go with a cashback card. Cashback cards are generally simpler to understand and use, and the rewards show up as a statement credit. But next, think about what you actually spend money on. Look at your last 3 months of expenses and identify your top categories. Is it groceries, gas, restaurants, online shopping? There are cards that specialize in each of these spending categories and offer higher rewards for those specific purchases. For example, if you spend $500 a month on groceries, then a card that gives you 5% back on grocery purchases would earn you $300 a year on groceries alone, which could easily offset the card's annual fee. You also need to consider what kind of a spender you are. For example, if you spend heavily in specific categories, make sure that the card you choose doesn't cap your rewards too quickly. And don't forget about your credit building goals either. If this is your first card ever, establishing a solid payment history is just as important as earning rewards. So that means choosing a card that you know you can manage responsibly, even if the perks aren't perfect. Your future self will thank you when you qualify for premium cards with incredible benefits down the road. And now for our third step, and this one's crucial: avoiding the 3 most common traps that trip up beginners. This is where I'll save you from potentially expensive mistakes. Because over the years, I've watched thousands of people make the same mistakes when choosing their first credit cards. So here are the 3 most expensive traps that you need to avoid. Mistake number 1, choosing a card just because it's free. No annual fee sounds great on paper, but these cards usually come with weak earn rates and limited perks. A card that costs $10 a month but earns you 4 or 5 times the rewards could actually put a lot more money in your pocket as long as you do the math to ensure it works in your favor. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people proudly using their no-fee cards earning 1% cashback, completely unaware that they're leaving hundreds or even thousands of dollars on the table compared to cards with modest annual fees that would earn them 3 to 5 times that amount in specific categories. Mistake number 2 is getting seduced by flashy welcome bonuses. Yes, that 100,000 point offer sounds amazing, but what happens after you earn it? If the card only gives you 1 point per dollar on everyday spending after that, then you're better off with one that consistently earns you higher rewards over the long term. Unsurprisingly, the banks know exactly what they're doing with these big time offers. They're betting that once you've earned the bonus, you'll keep the card out of convenience, even if it's not the best option for your spending patterns. So don't fall for this expensive bait and switch. And then mistake number 3 is taking whichever card your bank offers by default. Remember, your bank wants what's best for them, not necessarily what's best for you. So just because you've been with them for years doesn't mean that their credit card offerings are competitive. You need to be intentional and compare all your options, not just passive and accepting whatever card gets pushed in front of you. But now that you know what to avoid, let's move on to our 4th step, which which is learning to actively compare different cards the smart way to find your perfect match. First, look at the earn rates before anything else, and remember that not all points multipliers are created equal. For example, a card that offers 2 points per dollar, where each point is worth 2 cents, is significantly better than a card offering 2 points per dollar, where each point is worth half a cent. So you need to understand both the quantity and the quality of the points that you're earning. And then ask yourself, where would you earn the most value for how you already spend? And in doing this, you're looking to match high earn rates with your biggest spending categories. Next, look into redemption flexibility. Can you use the rewards how and when you want to, or are you locked into a single airline, hotel chain, or a specific retailer? Points that are transferable to multiple partners are almost always more valuable because they give you options as your needs change. For example, some points programs like American Express and Chase let you transfer your points to a variety of different airlines, while airline-specific cards restrict you to just one. And that flexibility could mean the difference between finding availability for your dream vacation or being stuck with points that you can't use. And with that in mind, pay close attention to the hidden limitations as well. Some cards offer impressive sounding rewards, but the fine print reveals some major gotchas. Maybe they only offer those high earn rates up to a certain spending limit each quarter, or perhaps they pay rewards annually instead of monthly, making you wait a full year to access what you've earned. These details may not jump off the page when you're reviewing different cards, but they will matter to you over the long term. And then don't overlook all the benefits, protections, and other types of insurance coverage either, because even beginner cards can include valuable perks like mobile phone insurance, extended warranties, and fraud protection. And these benefits can save you real money beyond the obvious reward structure. And then finally, compare the annual fees to the value of the rewards and benefits you'll receive from the card. If the perks outweigh the cost, then the card is probably worth keeping. Having this mindset helps eliminate emotional bias and focuses on the actual value of the card, not just the upfront costs. And now we're down to the fifth and final step, which is to think long term. A lot of beginner cards offer attractive perks like the first year free or limited time bonuses, but these short-term benefits fade quickly. A strong credit card should continue to deliver value well beyond the first year. You want the card to align with your lifestyle and spending habits as they evolve. And ideally, the card will play a role in helping you qualify for even higher tier cards in the future. And here's a pro tip I don't want you to miss. The best beginner cards aren't just good starter cards, they're stepping stones. They help you build your credit history, earn meaningful rewards, and eventually qualify for more premium cards with benefits like airport lounge access, hotel elite status, and travel credits. So think of your first card as the beginning of a much longer credit journey, not just a temporary solution. Choose something that can grow with you or at least set you up for future success. And if you're ready to take things to the next level immediately, consider a 2-card strategy to maximize your rewards. By pairing 2 complementary cards, maybe one for groceries and dining and another one for travel, you can create a powerful combination that outperforms any single card. And remember, credit cards can change your financial life in both a good way or a bad way. The difference lies in how you use them and which one you pick first. So now you know the 5 steps to choosing your perfect first credit card, but there's actually something else that can completely change how much value you get from that card every year. Because picking the right type of card is one thing, but choosing the specific card that gives you the most rewards, the best perks, and the fewest trade-offs, well, that's where the real money is made. So if you want to see the top performing credit cards right now and find out which ones deliver the absolute best value based on your spending habits, watch this video next.